What's going on, Port fans? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're going to do a review for Port Adelaide versus Essendon for Gather Round. It's all finished and completed. I would like to apologise for the lateness of this review. It's been a hectic weekend, obviously with so much going on with Gather Round. A lot has happened since Thursday. You might have seen some content done with the Adelaide Oval. I've played a trial match of footy, obviously attending the game on Friday night, and it's been a hectic weekend, so I do apologise for not being able to get the content out. You would have seen the vlog is out as well for the game, so make sure you go and check that out as well. It was a very fun night at the footy, and I'm very glad that I got to showcase some of that in my experience, but also to share it with 47,500 people was an absolutely amazing experience. So to review it, it's just simply very exciting because that was one of the more fun games of football I've attended for Port Adelaide in a long time. To sit there and just watch this beautiful passages of play and watch the beauty of Connor Rosie playing one of the best performances I've seen from him, if not the best. It is the best performance from a captain this year, in my opinion. And Connor has just taken his game to levels beyond I thought he could. As a captain very early on. Obviously, we only have a month's worth of form to go by, but I think his game had 30-odd touches. He kicked 3 goals. His goals as well were exceptional. His follow-up, second, third, fourth, fifth efforts even, tackling and his pressure were just unreal. He was dancing through the packs, and just the congested footy that was played and the contested nature of the game early on, Connor really stood out. And was able to just keep building and combine that with the complementary factors of Zach Butters and Jason Horne-Francis, who were unreal together, and as a trio, I can't fault the performance from the midfield. Willem Drew's pressure was exceptional as well. The craftiness of our forward line, Rioli, Darcy Byrne-Jones, Finn Layson kicking goals, and you only needed, I think it was 1 goal from Marshall. Dixon didn't even kick one, I don't think. So the flexibility of our forward line really starting to showcase, and I'm really happy with the performance. I don't want to keep this review too long because I know the game's been long and played now, and just the fun factor of the game was really nice to sit there and enjoy it. A couple of things I did learn from the game as well. I really liked the game that Brendan Zerkdacher and Isava Radagalia played. I thought they started to learn the chemistry of the back line along with Aliria as well. Intercept marks were a lot better. We were a lot cleaner and a lot smarter with contesting the footy in the air and on the ground. And you complement that with our halfbacks and Farrell and Houston, and even Bergman was at parts of the game really well. That was really cool, and it's really nice to see that as the defensive cohort is really starting to mix. And I know it looked a bit sloppy against Melbourne, but I really liked the learnings that we had from that game, and we took it into this one, and we were able to take all those learnings, implement them in our game, and players were actually adaptable to what happened from last week. So that is a really impressive thing for me. The other thing is the ruthlessness of the game was insane. We've never really seen that from Port Adelaide. We've always seen, we'll get up by 7 or 8 goals, and then we'll take the foot off the gas a little bit, win by 5 or 6, and that's a happy night. For us to be ruthless from after quarter time, for us to be able to hit the scoreboard consistently and accurately, makes me sit here and think we have found an edge that Essendon thought they had, but there is an edge there from Port Adelaide's perspective, not towards opponent or anything like that. It's a sort of a self-motivation where we can go, right, we got to continue on with this and we got to keep going. We haven't had that before. We've always gone, right, I think we've done enough. Let's just keep it consistent, and we won't go as hard as what we can and potentially push the margin out further. And we did that on Friday night, and it was a great spectacle, and I'm really happy with the performance. It's just really nice to sit here and go, we played really great footy. I really enjoyed the game. I think the fans, it was a massive spectacle. Gather round. It was one of the great Never Tear Us Aparts, even though for a while there I was thinking, well, they're actually not going to do it, which would have pissed a lot of people off. But they ended up doing it. It was great. Everyone. The one thing I love about Gather Round is you get to showcase, who you are as a fan and who you support, and Never Tear Us Apart sort of brings that all together. And if you look around, you majority Port fans, but you saw Essendon fans lifting their scarf. There was a Hawthorn fan, GWS. I'm pretty sure Adelaide fans were doing it as well. We even saw Gold Coast fans there. Like it's a festival of footy for a reason, and for that to be brought together and showcased in a song, that's true to us. And I love that fans come to the game. Even fans that you see on social media, they're like, "Oh, that's shit," and that's real cringe and everything. And they come to the game, they experience it, and fans are standing as one. They turn the volume down right at the end, and you hear "Never Tear Us Apart" echo 47,500 people just screaming that "Never Tear Us Apart." It's a beautiful thing, and I'm really, really glad that everyone got to experience it. And it was just a great night, and I've said that multiple times, but it puts us in good stead now. We have an 8-day break. We go into Freo next week, and another Saturday night game at the Adelaide Oval. And yeah, it's just nice feeling 3-1. And I feel a lot more comfortable now after beating a team that came off a great win against St Kilda, but we were ruthless and we demolished them. We put Essendon's edge and made it blunt. Really, that's what we did. I know, I've heard about Boak. I'm coping. It'll be okay. Hopefully he's all right. Hopefully he plays next week. If not, give the man a rest. It's been a big couple of weeks for him, so a rest against Freo might not be so bad. If not, he can play. Big deal, And I, with that, how does Ollie Wines come back in? All these questions start to be had now. And we are at Monday, so already the eyes are pointing into round 5 against the Dockers, which will be interesting. But hey, that's footy. But I hope everyone did enjoy Gather Round. I'm sorry this is a bit of a different review and a bit of a one-take spitball fest. I've tried my best to get this one out as quickly as possible, and I know it's a bit different, but hopefully you've enjoyed it. Would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below, and hopefully you enjoyed the Connor Rosie Festival of Footy. And it was great. But anyone that travelled interstate or anything like that, let me know your experience about Gather Round as well. And go check out the Adelaide Oval's content that we produced on, thanks to the Adelaide Oval for having me as well, but and Hutto, representing Prez on a pod. So make sure you go check that out. And yeah, make sure you just jump on board and subscribe to the channel. Plenty more content to come your way throughout the season. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully the power keep on going. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Anthony, and as always, come the pair.